Ikirundi is a very easy language to learn how to read. If you've learned the alphabet in the last video, we can begin actually attempting to read in Kirundi. This is a book called Dusome. I found this book on this website called Ikirundi.org that has a series of these books from 1 to 6. I didn't find any licensing information against using the book, so I'll be using this book as a resource to learning how to read Kirundi. And by learning how to read Kirundi, you can better understand what those words are, and once you begin to recognize words, you can then at some point start to gain meaning from those words as well. So this is Dusome, the first book, and what this says is Igitabu Shumwaka Wambere. And what this means is this is the first book of the first year. That is the literal translation. And this is a first grader's book in the American system. So first things first, when learning to read Ikirundi, there isn't assumptions about how to pronounce things. There isn't any silent letters. Things are read as they are seen. In English, we have words that have silent letters, such as the word though. Though, we know, can be pronounced as such, but if you look at the spelling, the GH is not pronounced. Even the U is not pronounced. Though. It's as if I just said though, and I don't include this. UGH. In Kirundi, you pronounce everything. Arriving at page 3, we can start with the actual lesson of reading Ikirundi. With the first sentence, I will read it and then we can go through pronunciation. Data na mama bagiye gukora. It's not data. This isn't data in English. Data, you gotta pronounce everything. Data na mama. So this means data is your dad. Dad na mama, and mom. Bagiye means they went. Bagiye is plural, means data na mama, mom and dad went. Gukora means to work. Data na mama bagiye gukora. Mom and dad went to work. And as you can see, they're leaving the house and going to work. Verahino. Verahino is a name. Arakina na basa bose. Verahino arakina na basa bose. Verahino arakina na basa bose. And it says that Verahino, this is Verahino, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a male name. Arakina is playing with na So na can mean and, as in the first sentence, data na mama, mom and dad. So it can be used as an and, or it can be used with. It can be used as with. So verahino arakina na basa bose. This guy, verahino, is playing with basa bose. Now, one thing that I didn't mention is, for example, the B, although in Ikirundi it's pronounced be in the alphabet, when you actually are saying it within a word, you don't say berahino, you say be. For example, when it comes to pronunciation of words, although in the alphabet this is be, but within a word you don't pronounce it as bagiye, even though if you do, a native speaker will understand what you're saying. You say bagiye gukora, they went to work. So pronunciation is very important in the language because it could change the entire meaning of what you're trying to say. An example, going back to this website that I found, based off of the pronunciation, these are the same words. Inhoko means a rooster, in this case, a chicken. And inhoko is something completely different. This is like traditional baskets. You'll often see this during weddings, or if you're in someone's home from Burundi or from Rwanda, you will find these. Another thing is, another example, inhore, this is something completely different than inhore, or traditional dancers. Another example is inzara, hunger, inzara, fingernails. So we can see that pronunciation is very important when you're speaking Kirundi. Going back to the exercise, yes, so we were right here. Verahino, I believe this is verahino. Verahino, arakina, na, vasavose. This is vasavose. Verahino is playing with vasavose. And this is the complete two sentences, this one and this one. Data na mama. And you can read with me if you want to check if you're understanding how to pronounce or read Ikirundi. Data na mama vagiye gukora. Mom and dad went to work. Verahino arakina na vasavos. Verahino is playing with vasavos. So page 3 is the end of the first lesson on how to read Kirundi.